Hi guys, hope you're mentally well and physically well. If this is your third or fourth time back, you might as well subscribe, like the video if you want to see my videos in your algorithm. This video is about a ethno-nationalist, and he's gonna try and state that somehow Asian doctors are blocking white people or taking white people's jobs as doctors. I don't know how that's possible because Asian white people are the vast majority of white people in this country. Going back in time, they're more the vast majority. So how did Asians take their place? Unless you're saying all the politicians and so forth prefer Asians, all the rich white politicians prefer Asians to the average white person. Come on, man. How did we're gonna hear what he's got to say anyway. His name's Steve Laws.
Know why you feel this way. Here's a scenario, actually. You know those group of Pakistani men that turned up to your house with baseball bats? I know you dealt with the situation fine, but let's just say it went the other way, and they smashed you to pieces with them baseball bats, and they smashed your legs in so bad that they nearly had to be amputated, and you got shipped to the hospital, and an Asian doctor saved your legs from being removed. Would you still want him to go back to his home country?
Yeah, because in my vision of what Britain should be, that would be a British doctor. The only reason it's not is because our people haven't been given those opportunities, and there's so many immigrants in the country now that we need more immigrant doctors to actually treat the immigrants that are coming over, and it's a catch-22. It's like upon.
How? What do you mean you weren't given the opportunity? What do you mean? Think about from World War II times or even before that. Because there was Asians that fought for this country in the army. But before you invited Asians over here, because most of the Asians came over here, there was some living here in this country at World War II times and they fought in the army. But the reason why the most Asians came here is because you begged them to come here. Your politicians begged them to come here after World War II when the country was mashed up and it needed rebuilding. So when you tell people to go back where they came from, we were okay. Asians were okay where they were, and Caribbeans were okay where they were. Yeah, they were begged to come over and promised all this great stuff if they came and helped rebuild England. Yeah, so before then, it was a majority white country with very few Asians and very few Caribbeans. So how did Asians become, yeah, and I'm not even, how did Asians stop you from getting your jobs? Unless white people stop becoming doctors, yeah, and Asians came over. What do you mean? Are you telling me the white politicians, yeah, over the last few decades, yeah, that what that they preferred Asian people, yeah, they preferred Asian people to be in these high-paying doctors' jobs, yeah, and also not only that, before you become a doctor, most people are broke. Like I don't know, I think it's about 7 years to become a doctor, but most Asian kids that start off, yeah, going to university and so forth and studying, they're broke for a long time before they become rich. What is it? What is it? Are you telling me that there's laws blocking white people from becoming doctors? Don't be silly, man. Because normally, the richer you are, not all the time, but the richer you are, and the least you mix with people, the bigger your stereotypes are. So the rich people, white politicians that don't mix with the working class Asians and don't live on council estates and mix. You're telling me they wanted Asian people, yeah, Pakistani, you know what I'm saying, Indians, they wanted them to have some of the highest paying jobs in society and be one of the richest people in society. That don't make sense. How did they block you from the opportunities? What are you talking about?
What you got to say? This is a free speech platform, and as we agreed, and I've stuck to my side of the bargain. I've not hammered you or pushed down or anything or tried to squash what you've, because I want to know why you feel this way. And here's a scenario, actually. You know those group of Pakistani men that turned up to your house with baseball bats? I know you dealt with the situation fine, but let's just say it went the other way and they smashed you to pieces with them baseball bats and they smashed your legs in so bad that they nearly had to be amputated and you got shipped to the hospital and an Asian doctor saved your legs from being removed. Would you still want him to go back to his home country?
Yeah, because in my vision of what Britain should be, that would be a British doctor. The only reason it's not is because our people haven't been given those opportunities, and there's so many immigrants in the country now that we need more immigrant doctors to actually treat the immigrants that are coming over. And it's a catch-22. It's like a Ponzi scheme, just keeps going and going and going. Sure, I'd be absolutely grateful that they saved me, but I would still deport them. They're just doing a job at the end of the day. They're paid to do a job. It's no different than me being a painter and I've had to go and paint some foreigner's house. I'm not doing it because I want to do it. I'm doing it because I'm paid to paint that house.
Saving your legs is quite a big thing.
First of all, look, I don't believe everyone is respected in their own fields, yeah. But saving your job, yeah, sorry, saving your legs, yeah, is not like any old job, because when a person comes, if a doctor goes into work and doesn't give 100%, that could mean that could change it somewhat. That can change someone's life. That can change someone's life for the rest of their life on earth. You know, when a doctor goes, it's not just saying when a doctor goes in. I'm not talking about tradesmen because tradesmen are priceless. But to say a person that goes into what is it, a doctor that goes in and doesn't give his all is not the same outcome as a lot of other jobs. Yeah, I'm not gonna say the same because same thing with an electrician. If he doesn't, if he's having a bad day and he doesn't give it 100% and he goes to wire someone's house, him not doing it correctly. Yeah, him not doing it correctly can result in a death. Painter, painting is important in certain things, but if a painter paints someone's um door, what is it? How can I say it? Not greatly, perfectly, you know what I'm saying, and so forth. Um, it might upset the person. It might, it might make them furious. Yeah, but they could always get someone else to paint it properly. If a doctor messes up your legs or certain parts of your body, he's got one try. So don't try and make it trivialize it and say, was it? Yeah, he's just doing a job. No, it's not just doing a job, mate.
Paid to do a job. It's no different than me being a painter and I've had to go and paint some foreigner's house. I'm not doing it because I want to do it. I'm doing it because I'm paid to paint that house.
Saving your legs is quite a big thing. And also, this is, again, it's hypothetical, but it all has to be because this is a very kind of unlikely situation. But just to get an understanding of just how far you're prepared to go, how would you break it to that Asian doctor that saved your legs from being amputated? Would you say, cheers for saving my legs, mate, but you've got to fuck off now? How would you word it diplomatically? Or would you just hit
They'd
him with it like that?
they'd get a letter saying you're going to be deported. If they do not respond or anything, then they'd get a knock on the door saying you've got this long, pack your stuff, you've got to go.
Would you sign it at the bottom and send him a picture of your legs?
I'd say, Steve Law said you're deported, goodbye.
Not even a thanks for saving my legs.
Oh, if it's the person who saved my legs, well, thanks for the legs, deport. It's not going to change. You could give me £1 million, I'm still deport you. It's not gonna change my opinion.
And I will say, I'm not going nowhere, mate. My dad or granddad was invited here, was no. Furthermore, my dad or granddad was begged to come to this country, yeah, to this country, yeah, as a to come here and help rebuild the country, or you know, add service to the country. I was born here, I was raised here, and you can't make me go nowhere, yeah. And this is a fairy tale anyway. Yeah, you begged Caribbeans and and Asians to come over here and rebuild the country. You ain't gonna use people like slaves or servants, and then after they've helped, like bring the country back up, dash them out. Who the hell do you think you are?
You've got 3 daughters.
Yep.
If one of them fell in love with a black man, what would you do?
They've been told not to.